Okay, guys, a real short video here, just on a couple of updates to the shop extension and a new feature that was added, just to tell you how to use it. So first off, little housekeeping. There were a few bugs that I found. One was reported to me by a player. If you guys see bugs or if you see something that you don't think is quite right, just send me a message on YouTube or on Discord, Bane7400. I want it to be as perfect as I can make it, and so if you find something, just no matter how minor it is, I don't mind. Just let me know. One thing you guys may have noticed is if you were to purchase an item and it would leave the value in there. So that's fixed. It no longer leaves that value. It didn't actually affect it. If as soon as you press down on the purchase, it gets the value again, or as soon as you add a new item to here, it recalculates it. But it was just kind of annoying. The second thing I changed was this was supposed to be invisible, and it now is invisible to the players, so the players can't see the price adjust down here at the bottom. Okay, and the third thing I fixed that you may have never noticed, you only would have noticed if you opened the console, was that it was giving some warnings to the player saying you didn't own a database, and that was on purpose. They didn't own the database, but really all I had to do was put a little piece of code in there so that it wouldn't try to have the player change the database. So those warnings are going to be gone, and so it won't clutter up your console. If you get another error, right, you won't think, oh my gosh, it's Bane's extension. That happened. Okay, so here's the new feature. So you can see there's this little button here that's a check mark. It says hide services window. So this button and this label right here is only seen by the GM, not by anybody else. If I unclick that, it opens this little services window. So this is a role-playing box only. So only the GM has access to this box. The player can't drag anything in there. You could drag an item in there if you wanted to. And the reason I did that was because maybe you're going to create some services. And I'll show you that in a second. So how this works is the player says, hey, I'm at a temple, I have healing, or I'm at the blacksmith, I need a weapon repaired, whatever. He says, I need to buy that service. So the GM would actually, when he's bought all his items or whatever, he just clicks this button. And as soon as he does that, you can see it calculates the total, right? And then when the player buys the service, it resets it to 0. And the service does not appear in the player's inventory, right? And I can show you that just to prove it. So, right, he's got a bunch of stuff in here because I was playing around, but you can see there's no healing, no cure disease in there, right? So it's merely a role-playing thing that you can use for your games. If you don't like it, you hit the hide window and it doesn't clutter. Really, only thing you lose if you don't like that window is I had to extend this little window, make it about 30 or 40 pixels shorter. So other than that, it really doesn't affect you at all if you don't want to use the window. Now, if you want to create an item, here I created one here. It's a service. It's a goat milker, right? I could create another service in here, and I could go and just type, we'll just call it new service, and we'll call it 100 copper pieces, okay? And then I can type in my description, this is a new service, okay? And I can save it, right? And so now it appears in here, okay? Now I can add it. Look, it's 100 copper pieces. Okay, so, but what it's not going to do is it's not going to appear in here. So this is saved locally to the shop. So if you have a shops module or a shops campaign, like I suggested before, when you make up your shop, you can create your service right here in this window. You can just take that service and drag it over to your items menu, right? You can actually go in here and say, I'm going to make a new group. I'm going to call it services, okay? And then I can have all my services in there. All right, again, this is just for role-playing. You can't cast a spell from here. Maybe in the future I'll add a tab, and you can, if you have a healing spell, maybe I'll let you be able to drop a healing spell in there, and then you can cast heal from the shops menu, just to make it easier so you don't have to go, run around looking for a heal spell if someone gets a healing service. So maybe I'll do that. You'd have to use the CT though. You wouldn't be able to, as it's written now, you wouldn't be able to drop the die on this token. You'd have to drop the die on the CT. It just depends on how much more how beneficial I think that would be to everybody. But you guys can let me know, right? So your feedback matters. So anyways, short video. If you got questions or you want to report some minor bugs, let me know. I'm going to upload this to the Forge. So hopefully late tonight, maybe tomorrow, it'll be ready to download. Thanks.